Mm. I want you now to realize that everything around you is an advantage to having nothing. And there is nothing more pleasing than having something in the game of competition. Competition of yourself, competition of life. You know, last time we spoke about this, I felt like I didn't. Last time I spoke about this, I didn't have the right type of mindset. You know, I was with the guys, got lost in a conversation, and it sounded like I was trying to make a point, like I was making up a point instead of conveying a message. You know, our biggest competitor is ourselves, is our inner selves, and the self-doubt that holds us back, the self-doubt that eludes. When you look at a plant or a tree, I want you to ask yourself, would that plant stop itself from growing because it is worried about if it would rain tomorrow? This is not the time to take in my words to feed your ego or look in an illusion of hope. Hope is like rain for the plants. It might not come tomorrow, but the plant still has to grow. It's time to realize that there is no time left. Everything around you is beautiful because everything is growing. Question is, are you growing? If you have acknowledged the temporary poison that has left you into illness, then you understand that God has assigned you to be the master and not the destroyer. Again, this is, when I use those two words, this is to make you understand how much power you have in your life. I do not use those words to derive your self-ego or self-praise, because at the end of the day, being in self-competition means that you have to judge yourself fairly and everything around you fairly. But then that takes a big part of the inner self you have to look into. So that concludes everything on the misconception of insecurities and what it just means. But the main point it's really just one aspect. There's so many more things you need to look into. You know, you need to be able to control your emotions, control your thoughts. Then watch everything you do, and then you understand. Then you will understand.